Hello and welcome back to Beauty Bee and to my April budget update. So I have a budget that is usually $15 a month for my birthday. I increased that a little bit. I allowed myself $30. And then in addition, I dipped into a little bit of birthday money that I received for a couple more things. So I have a lot to get through this month. I also have a lot of empties to go through this month. I also have quite a few declutters to go through, not enough to really make a video about, so I thought I'd just stick them in here, which is causing a very long video to happen. So I'm moving mid to end of May, and I just thought I would go through things before it was time to leave. So there are a few different brushes that I just have had for ages that I never used that I figured I would get rid of. The only one that I've really ever consistently used was this e.l.f. Professional Total Face Brush. This is actually the second one of these that I bought. The first one just fell apart within, I think, like 2 years. This lasted a little bit longer, but it's going. The handle is loose from the ferrule somewhat. I think I must have glued it back on at some point, and it's like the glue is starting to come unstuck. The brush was never that soft to begin with, but now it's kind of prickly. Time for it to go. I have this foundation brush, which looks like I have used somewhat recently. I tried applying color corrector with this. I just don't like this. I don't have a purpose for this in my routine. Never have. Owned it for probably 4 or 5 years without finding one. So that's another one that can go. This Wet n Wild angled blush brush looks on the surface very much like the e.l.f. angled blush brush that I love, but it's just not dense enough to actually pick up any product. I feel like it doesn't apply anything to my face. I still don't know what this is even for. It's just labeled. The Pointed Foundation Brush from e.l.f. I used this for masks for a while, and then it lived in the back of a drawer for a really long time. And I found it, and I cleaned it up, and never used it. So, goodbye. And then a brow comb and brush. I'm just gonna use blue, so minus 5 brushes. I was actually able to shrink my brush storage down from 3 cups to 2, which is amazing. Turns out this brush by itself was basically the only reason I needed 3 cups, so very happy to have that gone. Let's see, what else? I went to spray this Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray. It was actually an e.l.f. illuminating setting spray, I believe, that I just poured into this bottle, and it felt really bad on my skin, and when I looked inside, I realized that the you can't see that, the illuminating or mattifying, I don't remember which one it was. I think I had both at one point. The particles in it had just kind of settled to the bottom, and it looked gunky, and it grossed me out, so I dumped that. This was 5 years old, so I think it's time to get rid of it. A couple of hair products that just don't need to come with me. The first is this John Frieda Go Blonder Lightening Spray. It's like Sun-In, but it doesn't wreck your hair as much, at least I think. I have not used this in about a year. I've just realized that it causes not a lot of damage, but it causes a little bit of damage. My hair is really breakage prone anyway. I have been putting a lot of time and honestly quite a bit of money into repairing my hair. I don't need to mess it up with this. I also have this big old can of Aussie hairspray that I've probably been carting around with me for like 5 years or something, and I think I've used maybe 3 times. I just don't have a use for hairspray. Everything else in here is actually an empty, which is great. I have some little single use or 2 or 3 use sample-y things, which I can talk more about these in my Project Pan update video, so we won't waste our time with those. I have a sample, deluxe sample of the Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb. This is gone. I thought that I was going to really like this, and it just did not do anything amazing for me. I felt like I needed to use way too much to feel like there was any moisture on my skin. I know that this is, I believe that this is aimed at people who have oily skin. I have pretty normal skin that sometimes verges on oily, and we're definitely getting to the time of year where I can be pretty oily, but I just felt like even for me, this didn't do enough. By the way, I'm wearing the hat because I have been wearing the hat for like 4 hours, and honestly, I'm kind of afraid what my hair looks like underneath it because I wasn't having a great hair day to begin with. So, no greater reason for it than that. I also finished up a thing of eye makeup remover, and I actually repurchased one of the same. I thought this was a good, inexpensive option. It doesn't irritate my eyes too much. I mean, yeah, if I get it in there, it will water a little, they'll water a little bit, but not too bad. I can't imagine that anything would be more gentle, and it does a pretty good job of getting my makeup off. So, happy with that. I finished up my Mary Kay Vanilla Berry hand cream. I've just been going through hand cream like water these days. I think we all have. This was my last actual designated hand cream. Right now I have 2 body lotions open, and I'll just work through those until I find myself actually leaving my house again regularly, in which case I will probably end up buying one. Probably not this. This was not super impressive, but it was the right price. It was free. My mom had it sitting in a drawer and had for years. Neither of us has ever actually purchased from Mary Kay, so I think it must have been a gift, but she gave it to me, I used it up, and it was just fine. Nothing to write home about. This one's actually kind of sad. I finished up 2 samples of Voce Viva from Valentino. This is such a nice perfume. It's kind of a warm but not too warm floral scent. It feels like something that I really could wear pretty much year round. It's very nice. It's pretty light. The lasting power on it is pretty good. And, well, I used up 2 samples of it within a month, and now I don't have it anymore, and it's kind of sad. This is the empty that I have to show. This is the Marc Anthony Grow Long Leave-In Conditioner, but I've just transferred what little was left of this into the actual empty, which is the Shea Moisture silicone-free Miracle Styler leave-in treatment with marshmallow root, which is far too long of a name for such a little product. I got this in a Target beauty box a couple of years ago. It's a detangler. It works fairly well. I thought on some level that I was getting a leave-in conditioner, and I don't think it really is that. I mean, what I have in there now is, and I was fine with the product, but it's not something that I think I would ever repurchase. It's just okay. I do have a couple pieces of makeup that I finished off. The first is the It Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara. It is a natural bristle brush, sort of a rounded shape, and I was actually really impressed with this mascara. It was very black, it built up nicely. I could wear it quite easily on both my top and bottom lashes. The brush is not so long that I found I was accidentally hitting my lid with it. It didn't transfer on me, which is also sometimes an issue because my eyes are pretty hooded. Sometimes my lashes hit the hood and I'll get mascara up there. Didn't have that problem with this one. It was a really good mascara. It's just a really expensive mascara. This is on the pricier side even for Sephora brand mascaras, so I'll skip this one. It's really nice, but it's not 5 times better than the mascara I usually use, which is from CoverGirl. I have two lip product empties. The first I talk about a little bit more in my Project Pan. This is from NYX. It is their Soft Matte Lip Cream. I believe that I posted that video yesterday or will post it tomorrow. If I already posted it, it'll probably be linked up in the cards. The other lipstick that I finished up is from Bite. This is one of their Power Mood lip crayons. This is in the shade Sazerac. It is, I mean, it's gone, so it's hard to show, but let me use that last little nub, and I don't really care if it scratches my hand. It is a really wearable nude. I was very happy with this. This mixes really well with a wide variety of the other lipsticks in my collection. This one was just a mini. I went through it relatively quickly. I think I actually have been counting days that I've worn it, and it came out to, I think, like 24 or 25. So there was definitely a reasonable amount of product in here, and I think I got this for about $4. There were 3 in the set and it was $12.50, so this was about $4.17. And I thought that was a really good buy for me. I really like this color. So now that we've got the empties and the declutters out of the way, let's move to the things that I actually purchased this month. I did post a haul video a couple of weeks ago, and I will link that as well. So I'm not going to recap that stuff. I've just had a couple of little odds and ends sneak in since then. This first item, though, actually probably should have been in the haul. I just forgot about it. This is the Sephora All Over Solid Cleanser. It is a bar of soap. I bought this to clean my brushes with. I haven't opened it because I don't want to transport a used bar of soap. I don't know how to do that in a way that's not gross, but I have it. It's watermelon, so hopefully it smells really nice, and we'll use it when I'm at my new place. I mentioned in the same video that I was going to pick up an eyelash glue pretty soon. I ended up buying the Eyewear London clear one at Target. This was somewhere in the neighborhood of $5. I haven't used it yet. I don't know if it'll be any good, but I am looking to experiment a little bit with falsies at some point, and this was a necessary component to that. I Am Weak. I saw this at Target. It is a lipstick from NYX. It is in the shade Dirty Talk. I want to say these are like the Shout Out Loud lipsticks, though it doesn't have the name on the packaging. It is this deep berry color. It's very pretty. I think this will be a little bit more of a fall and winter shade for me, but they were on clearance at my Target, and they were, I think, $2.50 to start with, and then I had some deal where I could take like another 20% off, so it ended up being right around $2, and I was having a hard time saying no to that. I did end up back in the same store a couple of days ago, and I saw that they had marked down the rest of these lipsticks, and I was strong and resisted the urge to buy more. So I am weak, but perhaps not as weak as I originally assumed. On some order or another, I needed to add $3 to avoid paying $6 for shipping, so I ended up purchasing a Sally Hansen Insta-Dry nail polish. This is in the shade Pink Blink. It is quite a pastel pink. Do you remember the strawberry dress that was quite the thing almost exactly a year ago at this point? This is that kind of color. It is brighter than it looks, at least to me, like it would be in the bottle, and it is really fun. It's not quite as muted as what I was really looking for, but I am really happy with the color and how it turned out. I think it's really pretty and really fun. It's one of those shades that I could definitely see myself wearing on either my fingers or my toes, and I actually had to declutter my other pink nail polish, so it was kind of nice to have a slightly more muted than that one replacement. I'm very happy with this. I do not have the next item here with me to show you, but today I ordered from the Ipsy flash sale a duo of the balm products. It contained the Take Home the Bronze in Oliver, as well as the Will Powder blush in Stamina, I believe. It's a little bit more of a berry. I'm not sure that the blush will actually work on me, but I have heard Teresa's Dead talk about the bronzer quite a bit, and she seems to be, I would guess, just a hair darker than me. She's also quite cool toned. I think that what works for her is very likely to work for me as far as complexion products go. I have a sneaking suspicion that the balm will not be around for terribly much longer. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I kind of don't think I am. So I've made the decision that if I see duos of their products, especially ones that have really interested me on Ipsy for a good price, that I will let myself pick them up, because most of what I'm interested in from them are powder products. They're not going to expire super quickly, and I have been wanting to try them for years and years at this point. So if I can get them at a good price while they're still available, it seems like a win-win for me. And I don't think that $5 for the bronzer is bad, and if the blush happens to work out really well for me, that'll be a great bonus. I do have a couple more things that came into my life to talk about, but here's where we actually get to the budget portion. I did spend more this month than I had originally planned on. My plan for the month was I had a $30 gift card to Sephora. I was intending to spend that, and I was going to allow myself another $30 for whatever. And I ended up spending that entire $30 Sephora gift card as planned. I actually spent it just a little bit before the VIB sale because I really wanted the Pat McGrath mini lip trio, and it was already on sale, and I was worried that once the Rouge members had that 20% off, that it would be gone. I think it's actually still available, though I'm not sure. So guess I could have waited a few more days and got 10% off, but oh well, no big deal. On the other things that we were talking about, I ended up spending around $37. So I was really quite close to being within my budget for the month. And I did receive some fun money for my birthday to play around with, and I don't mind at all that I dipped into $7 of that for some makeup. The money doesn't bother me. I am a saver. I always will be. Yeah, it would have been better if I stuck to my $30 limit, but $37 is not going to hurt me at all, and I am glad that I was keeping track and was mentally aware of everything I was spending. On the other hand, the piece that does bother me is the number of items that actually came in. I don't want to count. Maybe I will in editing. Do I want to put that on myself? Not really. Lots of things came in. I would guess that probably close to 30 things came in. I put in an order from e.l.f., which means I put in a $25 order from e.l.f., which $25 on e.l.f. goes very, very far, and I ended up with a lot of stuff. So I need to cut down a little bit the next month. In fact, we're going to be really cutting down next month. I'm going to be doing a no-buy next month, actually starting today, which I think is April 28th as I'm filming, something like that. Anyway, I'm not doing any last-minute shopping right before May starts. The no-buy will last until the end of May, and I mean, there's really no other rules. I don't need anything. I guess if I lost my mascara, I would repurchase, but that's really all I can think of that would even conceivably need to happen. And then in June, I don't know if I'm going to allow my $15 budget from May to carry over. I think I probably will, and we'll go from there. Before I finish, I do have a couple of things that, again, came in but I didn't purchase. The first was a very sweet birthday gift. This is the Saint & Sinner's Velvet Divine Leave-In Conditioner. I have 3 bottles of leave-in conditioner now, so definitely don't need to be purchasing really any hair products for a while, but I have used this a couple of times. It is quite nice. I am definitely more impressed by their hair mask, which I bought myself maybe 2 months ago. My mom knew that I liked that a lot, so she purchased another item from the line, which was such a sweet thing for her to do. I really appreciate it. And then finally, Influenster was running one of their cashback programs, and I realized that I could get these 3 items as well as another chapstick that came with the little, I don't know, EOS egg balm for free. The one that I was most excited about and actually got me to pull the trigger was the EOS Shea Better, yes I did say that right, 24-hour moisture body lotion, because again, I've been going through lotion like air, and I'm really glad I picked this up. This smells so nice. It's a very warm scent. It smells like, what's the cashmere scent from Bath and Body Works? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it smells exactly like that. It's very nice. It's probably more of a winter scent. It has a little bit of a smoky note to it too. I really like it. It feels really good on the skin, and very pleased with this. Through the same cashback program, I got the EOS sunscreen lip balm. This is the coconut water one, I think. I'm fairly certain it doesn't have the name on it. I will just stick this in my purse during the summer and reapply as needed. I'm not sure if mine is just weird, but mine doesn't like to go twist back down after I twist it up, so I'm not going to swatch it, but it seems fine. It smells lightly coconut, you know, like coconut water, and I didn't notice too bad of a sunscreen taste with it. So it's going to be a sunscreen lip balm. That's all there is to it. And then I got a set of the Sweet Peachsicle EOS balm. It came with one of their egg-shaped ones as well as one of their tubes like this, just an orange and white one. This is a really nice scent. It smells, yeah, kind of like a peach ring candy. And I don't think that these do a lot for your lips, but these egg lip balms from EOS are the best thing to use as like a lip primer. So that's how I'm planning on using this. So I've been filming for almost an hour at this point. Hopefully I have managed to cut that amount of footage down significantly. Thank you so much for sticking through what has probably been a very long video. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and that you'll check back next month to see how my no-buy went. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope I'll see you next time. Bye!